What's up guys, Eternal here, and today I'm gonna show you how to play Morgana, so let's start with this. I will play with Sivir against Lulu and Kalista. Usually you want to start with Q first, and let's go for an invade, since your level 1 is so strong and it can result in getting a free kill or burning summoner. So let's try. And I go first. There we have him, nice. And first blood, so actually I'm gonna back. Okay, this is huge. Alright, let's get to her skill explanation. On passive, Morgana restores health equal to 20% of ability damage dealt to champions, large minions and large monsters. Because of this passive, Morgana has nice sustain on lane. So keep in mind that casting, for example, Q or W on minion wave won't grant you health back unless you cast it on the cannon minion. As for Q, on active, Morgana releases a sphere of dark magic that travels in a line, dealing magic damage to the first enemy hit and rooting them. The root duration scales with rank of this ability, so from 2 seconds up to 3 seconds at the last rank, which is great CC. Remember that Q is a root, not a stun, so your enemy can still basic attack while being affected by your Q. You should be patient with your Q, don't cast it randomly, try to predict enemy movement. Q collides with minions, so you should get rid of them first, or at least cast Q from the right angle, and sometimes you can also try to cast Q right before the enemy minion dies, so it will pass through and surprise your opponent. If you are less likely to land your Q, then you can just zone your enemy and pressure. For example, enemy ADC can get scared of getting hit by your Q, and because of that he might lose some minions. As for W, Morgana infects the target area for 5 seconds, causing enemies who stand on the location to take magic damage every half second. And the damage is increased based on target's missing health. W cooldown is reduced by 5% whenever your passive triggers, so whenever you get some health back from, for example, casting W on enemy champion. There are times on lane when it's worth saving your Q to protect your ally. Oh. Especially against aggressive bot lane. We try to touch. Hey, nice. Let's push that. If you are playing against something like, for example, Lucian and Nami that is very aggressive, then if you miss your Q randomly, then a good Lucian will just instantly engage on your ADC and you won't be able to protect him. So keep that in mind.
Some call me evil. Shall I prove them right?
Now let's get to her E. Morgana shields the target allied champion for up to 5 seconds, absorbing magic damage and rendering her target immune to all crowd control while the shield holds. So you can block any CC in the game, and you can cast the shield on yourself as well. The shield doesn't work against attack damage, so it's pointless to cast your shield in the moment of trading when your ADC is taking damage from basic attacks, but instead you should block crucial abilities. So for example, let's imagine that you are playing against Janna and she's casting her tornado on your ADC, then you press the spell shield and he won't get affected by the spell. In certain matchups, if your enemy has heavy CC, you should be holding your spell shield until the very right moment to block, for example, Lulu's polymorph or Vayne's condemn, and this small detail can really decide the outcome of your 2v2 duels. You should be maxing Q first, but in some heavy poke matchups it's worth maxing E, for example against Vel'Koz or Brand, just to be able to absorb more magic damage from your enemy abilities. And here you could see the most basic combo on Morgana, that is Q, W and basic attacks. If you want to push the lane fast after getting a kill, you can help your ADC by casting W in the middle of the wave. some free gold from turret and let's back.
I would cut off my wings if there were steel strong enough.
Some additional information about E. This ability has no cast time and does not interrupt Morgana's previous orders. Unlike spell shields, your E will only negate crowd control effects before any magic damage is absorbed. Even if E is broken by an enemy spell, its associated disables will not apply. As such, a Thresh Q will not CC the shielded target, but will allow Thresh to activate the dash to target effect of his ability. So you can block the hook it won't trigger on your ADC, but Thresh will be able to pull to his target anyway. While against normal spell shield, the hook would just disappear. And W is a great way to trigger your spell thief item stacks, so you should be casting that very often. When using W on lane, try to cast it in the right place to avoid stealing CS from your ADC. Soon I will have my ultimate, so let's explain that. After a 0.5 second delay, Morgana latches chains of energy onto nearby enemy champions, dealing magic damage. The tethers grant true sight of affected enemies and slow them by 20%. Additionally, Morgana gains bonus movement speed towards tethered enemies. Targets who did not leave the tether range after 3 seconds are stunned for 1.5 seconds and dealt the same magic damage again. Your ultimate cannot be interrupted by crowd control and will persist through Zonia, so you can combine that. Cast ultimate, and when you are being focused just press Zonia while keeping enemies in your tether range for a nice combo. The bonus movement speed scales with rank.
My broken heart still beats.
Or you can cast ultimate to catch up to your enemy with the bonus movement speed, as well as a finisher to your combo if you are fed and doing nice amount of damage. Your ultimate can be used defensively to protect your allies or in an aggressive way. Most of the times you will be using your ultimate to make a nice engage. You can set up a gank on lane with your jungler or just stun fed enemies in the teamfight. To make a better engage with your ultimate, you can combine that with the spell shield, so you can cast E on yourself during ultimate. Generally with your Q you can make pickups in all stages of the game, and especially late game one good Q can just win you the game. As I said before, 3 seconds root is very powerful, so you should be constantly trying to catch someone with your Q. Q is also a nice way to make a disengage. With your Q you can make nice outplays and protect your allies. So try to keep your Q sometimes for the most dangerous threat for your AD carry or anyone that is fed in the team. Oops, I misclicked. As for face checking, if you didn't use your Summon Airy Keystone recently, then you can just check the bush without having to risk. Just press W in that spot and you will see the animation. If Airy follows that, then an enemy champion is there. You can also check with your Q. If someone is in the bush, you will hear the sound of your Q landing on someone, so you can instantly follow that up with your W. After laning phase, or if your ADC went back, you can try to help other lanes by roaming. You have strong roams thanks to your Q, so try to abuse that. Oh, was stopped. And you're not able to cast ultimate if no enemies are within the range of this ability.
Shadow is not as dark as one might think.
Oh, Nasus died. But I can kill Skarner. I think that he will go this way.
I was betrayed once.
And let's go for Kale. Actually, without my help. Now I've got Redemption. It has a nice synergy with Morgana with the healing and shielding power, including nice effect for teamfights. Generally this full build is focused on her engaging playstyle. All components have nice synergy, and with 45% CDR you can really spam your abilities. With this playstyle you can be really impactful as a support, and this is a good thing. I like impactful supports. Okay, Scanner is coming.
This world is all I have.
If you have no vision but enemies are nearby, you can cast ultimate to reveal them, and sometimes you can time your ultimate for invisibility effect of your enemies just to reveal them, because Morgana's ultimate grants true sight. With your E you can block the initial CC of the dragon.
I chose my shackles.
Once you build Zonia you can play much more aggressive, but until that you have to maintain your aggression with ultimate. Done. Nice save. In that game, when being so ahead, I could have just rushed Zonia probably. I could have avoided this death if I had my Zonia, but also I went to the wrong place unnecessary for no objective. And remember, when engaging with your ultimate, before you press Zonia, make sure that you are in the right spot to stun your enemies, unless you are very low health, so then you press Zonia to just stay alive. But else just press Zonia after like 2 seconds of casting your ultimate to root your enemies in range. At this point we can just finish them off.
We are the sum of our mistakes. Your team has destroyed and inhibited mistakes shape us.
Gonna wait there, this is a nice spot to catch someone with your Q. And that's it, so thank you guys for watching, hope that you learned something about Morgana, leave a like, subscribe and see you next time.